We're looking at the Knoll. It's quite a good piece of the South Paddock that needs regenerating. It was lacking in grass, plenty of weeds and lots of ants. So as you can see, we're just going to pan around, and there it is in front of you now, highlighted. And it's quite a nice area because it slopes, so if we do have any really full-on rain, it won't sit under water. It's on contour, so I can control lots of things with being able to grow plants. We're just having a look around here just so that you get an idea of how degraded it all was. Remember, this was after 4 summers of no rain, and this is what it looks like now, or earlier on this year. Big weed pit, there you go, highlighted again. You just wouldn't recognise it, that's why I thought I'd better highlight it. We have had a lot of rain, as you know, and so of course here is the erosion. Now the only bit that I'm concerned about with this erosion is because this is my access, it's my road that the ute and the trailer into this paddock, that's my only access, so I will have to alleviate that erosion. And I fenced it off as well so the horses could graze the right side of the paddock there. Back again to when it was very dry, very hard. And you'll see the trees in the background. I actually cleared them because I was going to start doing this 18 months ago, but then it just didn't stop raining. So that's the gully bit from the other angle. So we move into basically the middle of the South Paddock now, and you can see those trees there on the little bank and the stables in the background. This is just to orientate you. There's no trees there now, but I'm glad I did it because nothing grows under wattle, and now there's lantana, and lantana is excellent for conditioning the soil with regards to adding carbon and opening up the compaction. As you can see, plenty of different species of grass. We have, when I moved here, it was predominantly Soteria, and I hate it because it's an oxalate grass and absolutely no good for horses. Gives them big head. Just a bit of a close-up on what it did look like from a different position. So we're looking up the knoll now. So you can see it's a beautiful slope. And plenty of ants. And I know, they're there for a reason. It's just when you dig, they do kind of crawl all over you. And here's my fantastic weed pit that I'm really proud of. The plants that I've planted have grown great guns. That's a finger lime there. And then I think that's the kaffir lime. And then around the corner a bit more, a lemon. And then down here is a blood orange. And plenty of diversity. So yeah, my plan of action is I want to take soil tests in different areas. The area where I've actually regenerated and started to put on the compost and the muck heap and the mulch, to an area a little bit further down that is concrete, and just compare the improvement that I've already made. And then I want to compare the soil test with the tissue tests of the actual plant, because there's a big difference between there being the minerals and nutrients needed in the soil, but if they're all locked up and the plant can't access them, then we will find out in the tissue test, because the soil may be abundant in something, but it's not in the plants for a reason. So rather than adding whatever it is and wasting my money, what I will do is I will change tack and add either a multi-species with specific plants. So just for example, because my knowledge is still not fantastic, if I'm lacking in mycorrhizal fungi, then I will add oats and sunflowers, because their root system produces mycorrhizal fungi. Now I know that mycorrhizal fungi increases the uptake of calcium into plants. So if my bananas or fruit trees or whatever are lacking in calcium, then that's what I'll do. And it's only going to work though if my soil tests say that there is actually calcium present. So that's a brilliant way of doing the soil and tissue test to compare. And I'm quite excited about this particular area because I have already started working on it. And I do know that when I get my paddock in, there is no digging. You've got to remember, this is concrete. So when I get my paddock in and dig through concrete, I want to compare that with the nice soft soil that I have already created. So of course by doing that, so I'm going to continue improving my soil by continuing to dump the muck heaps, and I won't just do it in one place, I will just do it going around the contour at the top. I'm not suppressing the weeds. What I want to do is actually utilise what the weeds contain. So I'm folding them over underneath the muck heap. So I've got a double whammy there. I've got the nutrients from the weeds, and there's a reason why they're there, plus the extra decomposing horse manure, urea, and carbon, which is the wood shavings. And then I'm going to continue planting on contour as well, because the more trees that I get in of different varieties, of course multi-species. So I'm planting the orchard with that multi-species in mind. I know I've got a few bananas at the top. It was a special offer anyway, so I thought I'd get 6 of them. All right, and my ultimate goal obviously is to, without forcing the plant, but by nourishing it and nurturing the plant, to create mineral dense fruit without disease and pests as quickly as I can, because I'm hungry and I've been doing a lot of work and I would like to eat what I have grown, and I don't want to wait 5 or 10 years before I eat a banana or whatever. So yes, but this will be the proof. If I don't get diseases or if I don't get pests, then I'm doing the right thing by the soil and by the plants. If I do start to see pests and diseases, I know I have to change what I'm doing. And it's a lot easier in this rather than the market garden, because the market garden is imported. Everything there is just brought in, because otherwise I'm just growing them on pure sand. Here, I've got everything Mother Nature has laid down for producing really good plants growing in her soil. It's just that I need to improve it, especially after what I've done with overgrazing with so many horses. Okay, I am busy.